But I think though we need to keep this energy though going. This certain vibration and certain frequency that we're on right now as a community to only think that is going to hold them accountable.
Right.
But we just need to keep the same energy. I always say give something 6 months. Even with a new job, give yourself 3 months to even know if you even like this job or to see how it's going to be able to play with your lifestyle, if that makes sense. Because, we've all seen people that get certain positions, or we might have recommended them to get certain positions, and then, hey, nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. Or we're getting the same treatment that
we was getting before. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I say just too early to tell. Give it 6 months, and from there.
What about having a black woman as a VP? Is she
that's progress.
It's progress. That was my question. Is that progress for us?
That is progress. That is addition to this frequency that we on. Shout out to you women. My ladies out there, my black queens, definitely.
Now, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, we in the building.
I was, I asked that. I said that to say because I saw a tweet, and the girl, she tweeted, Kamala Harris as VP is not progress for us. Now I know you've heard everybody's opinions on her. Mm-hmm. I definitely think it's progress for us. That I can't take that up from her. Go ahead.
It's definitely progress, just like when Obama made it to office. That was progress. That inspired me. That inspired my nephew. That inspired a whole generation that trickles down from his era all the way down to know that, hey, a black man actually made it. For her to be in that office and look, there has to be a certain level of class when you're in that office, and I think she's going to bring that. But I think, though, at the end of the day, she's knowledgeable. She's smart enough to know, like, say, Howard graduate. And she's going to hold Joe accountable as well. Because she knows now the pedestal at which what she has and how, hey, you have a whole community. You have a whole nation behind. Like, we behind you. Mm-hmm. We behind you. So I think it is progress. But I think with that tweet with the young lady, she's going off of, I think, what I just said as far as it's going to take time.
Right.
People want to see more actions. They want to see it, but I think we have to be patient, though, and know that, hey, the first 6 months, we don't even get a chance to do anything that we want to do, depending on who we're following behind. So they might have to be doing a lot more sweeping sweeping in the pan and throwing it out rather than just sweeping it under the rug.
Right.
But yeah, we have to be patient. We have to let them practice what they preach. Mm-hmm. And do our jobs, though, as well. And I'm talking about motivating each other. Continue to support one another and keep our dollars within our community as well, if that makes sense. Because I'm never big on relying on somebody else. I'm always going to try to influence anybody or inspire the aspiring. And the only way that we can do that, because I left school dropped out of college at like 18, 19 years old, because I felt like what they were telling me, I got it, but you can't give me all that I need being in a classroom behind a desk. I need to be out here with the people that are actually doing it and learning.
You got every over there feeling it.
That's them, that's real talk. I'm one of those visual learners. You got to show me. Let me feel it. Let me fail a couple times. But by that third time, I got it right, or I might have knocked it out the park the first time.
Right.
But it's just, I have to really feel it, feel the fire, make sure that it's hot, or know that the ice is cold. Mm-hmm. And from there, I can then better, we're only as good as the experiences that we go through. And we've all suffered. We've all go through our own things on a day-to-day operation or day-to-day regimen. But like I say, it's all about inspiring one another, keeping the dollar within our community. Because we all know, we all hear the stories how the Asians come into black markets and they keep, and I respect it. They figured it out. They figured it out. But we need to also figure it out as well. Or if we do have it, make sure that somebody doesn't just hold it in their pocket and also just spread the wealth or spread the knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Right.
Knowledge is power. It's not about how much dollars you have. It's really about the knowledge that you keep up here and how what you know can help me and what I know can also help you as well.
Definitely. I
hope I answered your question. Sometimes, look, I just be kind of going.
And that's what I love. Please, it's called Let Me Speak. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna let you speak. So
yes,
now, I'm loving it. So we're gonna take a little break though right now, and we'll be right back.
Right, black. Hey, that's the new wave.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back from break. Before we jump into it again, just go ahead and tell us a little bit about that song. What's the name of that song?
Name of the song is called Kick It.
Kick It.
It's off a mini EP that I did, just something to kind of put out there for the LA market.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's just something because I've been in Cali for 5 years now, and since like late 16, going on 17. And I visited a lot of open mics and just kind of get my face out there. But I didn't really tap into the music side of things because, like I said, I was leaving I was leaving a comfort zone or a comfortable situation, and I want to kind of, when you land out here, you really see all that it is. And I had to kind of capture my loins and kind of see, okay, this is this place, this is this place, this is this place. Because, you only get sometimes one shot. And I know I feel like I got a golden ticket, you know what I'm saying? But I just got to be patient on how I present it. But the song is called Kick It. It came off a mini EP. It's called Run It. Run It's going to be a new line of mixtape for me just because at the end of the day, just run it. You know what I'm saying? Just run it. And I linked up with No Special Effects on the visuals, MP Vinny from out of TDE camp, and on the photography as well. And that's how I kind of get in. Like a lot of times, I try to network with multiple different people because any and everybody can do something for you. You just have to kind of know what is that you're looking for,
right?
And how can you present it to them in the right way that they don't feel like you're just using them, but then like outside the money perspective, but then also how can I lend a helping hand in your journey as well. But yeah, we shot it right there in Long Beach, right at Ambassador Liquor Store. Shout out, that's black owned. That's my big dog Al Perry and the Perry family. And then we shot it out in San Pedro. And I say it was just something to kind of I write when I'm on, like how I perform if I'm on stage. So when I'm writing in the studio, if I'm writing it down, if I'm just kind of going off the dome in the booth, it's like I kind of see myself talking to people. And I might look in your eye for a certain bar and it kind of hit really hard, And I just saw myself in, let's say, out here in Cali, let's say like the juice joint, and boom, it's like, can I kick it? Boom, yes you can. And before you know it, by the time I get to the third, by the time I get to the third hook, I see everybody talking about yes you can. So
I love it. It definitely gave me Tribe Called Quest.
Definitely.
De La Soul type vibes.
Definitely those are inspirations as well.
I can see it.
I'm kind of weird when it comes to the music. Actually, I grew up on more R&B, to be honest with you.
It's good to be versatile.
Definitely. And since I've been out here, I've owned a studio. I've grew up in the studio. I've gone through my artist development phases. So when I was like 20, 21, going on 22 as well, I was living in a studio called Patisell Studios. Really just sun up to sundown, 6 a.m. up to 5 a.m. to get an hour of sleep to then have another musician. And I really learned about artistry, if that makes sense, and working with musicians and learning how to engineer and produce and creating real records, stretching it out from just a minute or just with a hot verse to now add a bridge and things of that nature. So
studied it
exactly. So when it comes down to my beat selection, a lot of times, I'm all over the place, but I do have a certain vibe. I like live instrumentation. I like that boom cat, not necessarily the heavy hi-hats, but me being from the South, I love some 808 kicks and basses as well.
Course.
So, something that's going to rattle that trunk a little bit,
right. The Impalas.
Exactly, riding the big caddies.
All right. So during break, we were talking about a lot, but what I want to what I want to get into next is for those of you who are listening, I don't know if you guys seen the video, but basically a little girl. She was arrested, and forgive me, I can't remember what city or state is. Do you remember?
And I'm late to the party, even on that. Like, it came across my timeline maybe like last week or something like that, or like right when, or a little bit after it happened. But I'm not necessarily sure the state that it's in. But
okay, but you saw the video?
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, the 9-year-old girl, she was
somewhere up north where it's cold, where it's snowing.
Yeah, because it was snowing. It was snowing. But she was 9 years old. Yeah. She was arrested and pepper sprayed by the police.
I think I feel just like everybody else, that everybody with some logic, some common sense should feel. I hate when you're having a conversation with somebody and the first thing they're trying to do is justify why she got. I'm like, yo, first off, I'm an adult. That's a 9-year-old girl. We should have ways to communicate and take control over the situation. Now I'm not sure the background of why the little girl was in even handcuffs, but if we're already at that point now, okay, we have her in handcuffs. Let's just say we're already at that point, and we're outside the car, and from the video, the girl screaming, "I want my daddy! I want my daddy!" Look, with every job, there are protocols and procedures, but us as humans have to adapt to that situation. And
exactly,
with everything that's going on, the girl is obviously, she's scared, she's flustered. It's okay. Rather than trying to jam her into a car, somebody, there was a woman officer.
Right.
Somebody has to take this little girl and try to make her feel calm and understand that, hey, look, we're just going to get you in the car. And I'm not saying that you got to follow this girl's demands because you have a job to do, but when I saw the pepper spray, just go ahead pepper spray it now.
She's
or just
9, dude.
Look, all those people should be on. If that type of stuff happens, those people should get dismissed.
Right.
That should,
for sure.
And I'm a rider. You feel me? I'll be with it. You know what I'm saying?
You with the shits. I feel it.
Yeah, and I try not to watch so much of that or consume my brain with so much of that, because then, that messes up our mental.
Yeah,
that messes up our mental, but I feel just like every other person that watches that has some common sense, that deals with people, as well. There's just a way to go about especially when you're dealing with a child, and you can tell that she is really just out of pocket. She's uncomfortable. And we can't handle a little child like we'll handle the next man, if that makes sense, So, yeah.
To pepper sprayer is just beyond me.
And then close the door and leave it in the car. Can you just wipe my, like, that's, look.
Avery, you found the state? What state was it? New York.
See? Look, you feel me? Like, you feel me?
Do you think she would have got treated like that if she was a Caucasian 9-year-old girl?
No, I've seen kids act worse that are of different races. You feel me? And they don't get treated like that. You feel me? I've seen it. We've all seen it. And so, to answer your question, I think there would have been a different result for it. I think that there would have been a much different approach on how they would have treated that kid. But like I say, I'm a rider. I'm big on community.
Right.
I'm big on communities coming together. And
that's how it should be.
Because I see what change can do when you do incorporate the numbers, but I've also see what change I also see when you do incorporate numbers and you protest and things still don't change as well. So I think there has to be a more strategic way when we are going about a lot of the issues that we are trying to protest about. There has to be more than just the walk in the street. Like, there has to be other organizations to maneuver, because I've seen it back home, from what my community is doing, and but like I say, power in numbers, but we can't let off the gas. We can't let off the gas. As far as what they would do in Rochester, New York, as far as that community in regards to that little girl, I hope she is okay. I really pray for her. I pray for her family. I pray that, because that's going to traumatize her first and foremost.
And that's what I was saying.
That's going to traumatize her.
People are saying, just sue them. Yeah, you can sue them, but that's not going to take away. Like, that little girl's going to be scarred.
She's going to hate officers. She's going to hate officers.
And then they wonder why. Like, a lot of the time, as our younger black men, women too, why they hate the police so much.
Look, and she's gonna grow up. I hope she doesn't.